You look so pretty, honey. Like mother cheerleader.
Oh, sorry.
Something pretty.
Don't be confused by the peasants. Don't be confused.
I can't wink like that. I feel like I look dumb. You're so good.
Because I was looking rough before.
No, you weren't.
No less.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Vitamin D. What?
You said vitamin D.
Yeah. Yeah. You're nasty.
Lisa? Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Griselda. As you can see, I have a very special guest. This is the beautiful Erica, and she is such an amazing mother.
Thank you.
I wanted to bring her on my channel because I felt like her and I have a lot to talk about and a lot of things that are very relatable to all of you guys that watch my channel. So she's also the CEO in training for Beauty Blender. So if you guys don't know her, you guys need to follow her. And she has like so many titles, honestly. She's like, I'm like gonna be doing my intro and just telling you guys everything that she does. She also has an amazing, amazing podcast called Good Moms, Bad Choices. I got it right.
You did.
Like, didn't hesitate. I usually say bad moms, good choices.
There's no bad moms over
There's
here.
no bad moms. Listen to her podcast and think you're not alone. Finally. And when I first like listened to your podcast, I honestly was like, oh my God, I feel the same way. Oh my God, like I went through that. Like so many relatable things. And we're going to talk about a lot of things of that we just like go through in today's, I guess, tutorial. Was not really much a tutorial because I was trying to explain
It was kind of like a hangout.
Yeah.
Makeup hangout show.
Yeah. I did her makeup while we were just talking about stuff, and this is the look that I came up with.
And it's beautiful.
I literally have been dying to do her makeup, you know? So look at that.
Well, now you're going to do my makeup all the time. Sorry.
Now have your address.
I know, now you know where I live. So if you want to see how I create this look and just listen to us talk, be moms, and like just have fun, then just keep on watching. So we're gonna apply a little bit of this, the Dew Skin Cream by Tasha.
I need to get some of that.
This is so good. So we're just gonna hydrate her skin because she's mentioned to me that she's a little dry. I feel like it's because you travel, like your skin is probably trying to catch up with you.
Maybe. I need to drink more water. I drink a lot of coffee and not a lot of water. But I drink like espresso. Like I drink like
like
shot. Yeah, like cold brew.
Oh, I
like,
drink decaf.
Oh no, I'm like a serious caffeinated freak. And if I don't, I'm like...
So we're about to prime her skin right now, and we're gonna use the leveler.
Okay, so the leveler is our like traditional primer. It's like pore fill in fine lines. And we have, it comes in 2 different colors. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm doing this. I feel like you're said that. Makeup man said that. Shit. You know, a lot of times traditional primers, they kind of are like, they're usually light.
Yeah.
And for dark skinned women, it creates a cast on your skin. Even if you're gonna put makeup over it, like it can shy away from primers because it doesn't look good on their skin. So we wanted to create 2. So this one is for like our light to medium ladies or men's. Okay. And then this one is for our like tan to deep ladies or men's. Okay. Have you heard of Technic?
No.
Oh my gosh. So on HSN, like that's what like there's a lot of people that come on there to sell neck moisturizing products, and they're always doing this, and it's Technic. It's like because we're always on our phones.
Like this.
So our necks are aging at a faster rate than previous generations because of Technic.
I'm gonna talk to you like this. I'm gonna do your makeup.
My stepmom told me that if I don't want to do this, I have to start doing this in the car when I'm just driving. She said it exercises that muscle so it won't sag.
Well, I feel like that's about to be a meme right now. Your whole face is about to be a meme. We're gonna be using the new Beauty Queen.
It's the same. It's the
same, but it's a
different packaging.
Different packaging, but look at it.
Because we are the queen.
Okay, listen. There you go.
We're the first, the best, the original.
So we're gonna use the serum primer. This one, the Opal Essence. Okay, so I've never really done my primer like this, but Erica's teaching me how to use the Beauty Blender to apply it. I'm gonna focus that in the center of the face. We're gonna use the darker leveler. So this is the primer that I absolutely like fell in love with because I saw the instant difference in my skin.
Yeah, it really is pore filling for reals. And I have like bigger pores around like this area of my face.
Yeah.
With age. Like I was like one day I looked in the mirror and I was like, wait, what?
Like, why do I have pores?
What is that? Even Iria, look at her little face. And I'm like, you have not one pore.
Yeah.
Not one. You don't even know how
skin.
You don't even know
You don't know the struggle
you are. No.
We should tell them how we met.
We met. I met you at the event we had.
The dinner,
the
right?
dinner we had. Yeah. At like, what was it? The Mondrian? Yeah.
It was at the Mondrian.
Mm-hmm.
We met, what, like 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was like 4 years ago. We were having an event. Yeah, it was Candy Johnson.
Candy
and
Johnson.
Jeffree Star. And I remember I saw you and I was like, who is that over there? She was like the sexiest little woman at the event. I was like, and I think you'd already met my mom before.
Oh,
I don't know,
yeah.
Because you were talking to her and I was like, who is she?
And then we just recently went to Miami and
I've been waiting to go somewhere with you though, bitch, because I see you partying on the gram and I'm like, I need to see this beer trick.
What beer trick? I don't know what you're talking about.
I need to see this beer trick. Which I didn't even see.
No, because we weren't drinking. You literally ordered like 5 1942s at the club.
I know.
So where was the beer?
You know, I was just trying to please all my tequila drinkers. Between you and Harush, I mean, and me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't drink alcohol. I go through these foundations. This is my 3rd foundation.
Amazing. I love that.
I like, you have no idea, and everyone knows that this is like my go-to foundation for everything. I'm wearing it right now.
It looks beautiful.
Aside from her being, you know, the face of like the brand, she also has an amazing podcast. You guys have seen me post about it. I just went to her 1-year anniversary of
Good Moms.
Good Moms. I want to say Bad Moms. Bad Moms, Good Choices. No, it's Good Moms, Bad Choices. And you guys definitely need to hear her podcast because like she literally talks about everything that people are afraid to talk about. Sometimes even me, I'm like, oh my god.
Even me, girl. Sometimes I'm like, did I say that out loud for everyone to know forever? Can we delete that episode? I mean, I started it because I felt alone and I thought, well, maybe if I talk about it, someone else will feel this way. Maybe I can connect with somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just been crazy to see like how many people and women that I've been able to connect with and share really like stories that we feel embarrassed to talk about, like breaking up with our partner, being a single parent, dating, I mean sex, and like
literally everything,
all that,
you
know. And it's been really liberating, but it's also kind of scary at the same time.
You know,
are you on Tinder? Can we find you on Tinder?
No, I did Tinder once and never again.
You know what,
I can't. It's just the first conversation that I had with the guy, he literally was like, you're so beautiful, like I would love to take you out for coffee. And then he goes, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like my first interaction, he was like so hot. And then he says, and if everything goes well, we can just go back to my apartment and just
okay. So I get that, but that's not how everyone else is on Tinder.
I mean, I feel I had other like interactions.
I definitely had ones where I felt the energy was just about like sex. It was like purely, but honestly, like the reason I joined Tinder
was because
I was trying to get my feet wet. Like I wasn't trying to find my husband.
Yeah.
I was out there trying to just like, what is dating like? Because I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
And I used it in that way, and it was a great tool, especially because I travel a lot. Like I always tell people, like, try to use Tinder when you're traveling. You know, like I've actually met cool people. I think maybe I've had really good luck, or maybe I'm a good like read on people. So I'm like, you crazy? No, thank you.
I was basically catfished, and that's what I'm afraid of. Like,
well, we all get a little catfished. I mean, I'm not on dating apps anymore, but at that point, like I was. So yeah, our first episode was called dating apps, sex, and kids. And so
that's such a good topic.
We covered all 3. We've had episodes called like Moms Who Medicate, which is like, you know, I'm a mom who smokes cannabis, and I'm also have a career and get shit done. Like
you know how to balance it all, yeah.
So we talk about that and just the taboo that surrounds that, and even like moms who medicate during pregnancy, you know, which is super like a touchy subject for a lot of people. So we explore that.
While pregnant?
Yeah. Like
what?
We'll smoke weed like.
I've never.
Not like heavily.
Yeah,
but like we'll still smoke. or will smoke when breastfeeding, or they just continue.
Wow.
They continue. There's not a lot of research proving that it does anything. I think for sure, like when you smoke weed, it can pass through in breast milk. But it doesn't. There's been no studies that show that it's like been the reason for a miscarriage or brain damage or.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of moms do. I mean, I have a lot of friends that have smoked through pregnancy and their kids are functioning perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So we cover that kind of stuff. It's hard to do what we do without help. Without like a support system, friends that you can call and be like, hey, I'm running 2 hours late. I know, can you please go to my house?
Yeah, I get it. Like we all have to have that support system to be able to like function, especially as single parents.
And that's why we're so strong, because we just figure this shit out.
And like you don't have to tell us. Like there's no book as parents or like how to become a parent or how to be a parent. Like there's no book. You literally have to figure it out as you go.
You figure it out. You like trial and error. Okay, I really liked when my mom did that, not so much when she did this, so maybe I'll try to be a balance of that. Sometimes I'm like, am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job? And then other days I'm like, I'm doing a great job.
Yeah,
you
know? Like she like posted something on I was gonna say it right.
Yeah, stop hesitating.
Good Moms Bad Choices on her story, and she like her daughter was like literally screaming, and she was in tears. Like she posted that she was like, "This is motherhood," you know, and like this is like what we go through like as parents, like reality.
I'm gonna have a panic attack. Yeah. So I went in the dressing room and I just started crying. And I really try not to cry in front of Irie. I don't want to scare her.
Yeah.
But at that point, I feel like she needed to see, look what you're doing to me.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
I have feelings too, okay?
Yeah.
And then after, that night, I came home and before she went to bed, she goes, Mommy, tomorrow I'll be better. And I was like,
how can you be mad at that?
I know.
Like they're so innocent. Like I remember Anthony, I went to New York and I don't know what, he like FaceTimed me because he wanted to see me, and then I got a phone call, but I was gonna ignore it because I was on the phone with him, and then he goes, why did you put me on pause? And I was like, oh, it was somebody that like called me, and then I got a text message, and then he goes, oh okay, he goes, but just don't do that again. And I was like, oh, hold on, what? He goes, because I FaceTimed you because I wanted to see your face, not to be on pause. And I was like, okay. I'm just gonna... Like, what do I say to that? Like, I can't be mad because, like...
Did you feel guilty?
I did.
Yeah,
you know?
Because guess what? Our kids are award-winning guilters also. Like, they are award-winning actors, guilters, like... That mommy guilt is real. Okay,
so we're gonna use the redo. This right here is so bomb. Yes, I like love using this just to kind of like remove that powdery finish, and it just helps bring like that hydration back into the skin.
Yes, it has.
You have to
probiotics, birch water. It's really yummy.
But
it's really good for like plumping the skin, adding extra moisture.
And it doesn't drench your skin.
No, I love this mist.
Yeah, it's just like, you know when you go to like...
a hot like Mexico.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant, it's the
just
mist.
Like, that's exactly what it feels like.
Because sometimes misters, like, they're so aggressive. You have to like brace yourself. You're like, shit. And then there's like a water drop on your face, and then you gotta blend that out.
You just gotta blend it out. But this, like, you don't have to wait for it to dry. Like, you look at her skin. So pretty.
Oh, but the guy I was dating, I am dating. You know, I talk about him on the podcast sometimes, not very often, and I never use his name. I call him Happy Bae.
Okay, because he makes you happy.
Because he's always happy. He's like the happiest person I've ever met. Like,
well, yeah, because when I met him that day, he was like, he's so like,
he's so present with you. And at first,
he was like, it was so nice to meet you. Like, I was like, why is he like looking into my soul?
That's him, Happy Bae.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd be like, you get annoyed by happy people.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen to you?
All the time.
You know, you're just like, shut up.
Like, why the hell are you so happy? Like,
but it's really just because of why are you so unhappy about their happiness? You know,
it has nothing to do. It's not bothering you,
right? Anyway, he got the title Happy Bae. I think for me, like when I became single, I was like, is anyone gonna want to date me because I have a kid? I started feeling like insecure about having a kid. Yeah, which is so like up.
No, it is because like I've been there. I literally like not afraid to
insecure, but like like
I was like afraid of saying like, hey, by the way, I have a child. Like I felt like obligated to having to say it, but then scared because I was like what if that's like a deal breaker for them? Like I can't date a woman that has a kid, you know? And the connection would be there, and it's just like, but that's their deal breaker, you know? So that's why I was afraid to like say something.
I felt the same way too, but now I'm at a point where it's like, well, it's a package deal. If you can't deal with this, then you can't. Then I don't want that, and I'm not going to force this.
Yeah.
But I did feel that way initially.
Yeah.
I was like,
he doesn't have kids, right?
No. I'm like, do I lead with this? Like, do I just put this out there now? Or, and what I do is I just casually talk about it. I'll be like, yeah, I like my daughter, and she, and then I'll let them be like, well, you have a daughter? I'm like, yeah, I do. She's 3. I think also, like, I've had this discussion too about like when is the right time to introduce your kids to someone you're dating. And like, I don't, like, for me, when I first, before I had kids, I'd be like, well, you have to wait. Like, you have to make sure it's real, it's a relationship. And then when I had one and I was single, I felt the same. I felt very protective of my daughter. Like, I don't want to just introduce you to anyone. But then I was talking to someone who has a kid, and she was like, you know, honestly, I don't really, I mean, if I like somebody, I don't really like to wait. I'd rather my kid meet them in like a public setting and them see me as a parent. And because if you're constantly hanging out with someone in isolation, they really are missing, like, they don't really know who you are. Being a mom is such the, it's not the only part of my life, but it's the biggest part of my life, you know? And you're only seeing Erica, like fun Erica, when we're out at the bar and like out and like hanging out at your place, and like you're not really seeing me like in my true form. Like, so she was like, so that's why I like to do it early, just so they can see and they can make that decision. Like, you know what? I don't really know if I can handle this. I don't know if I really can handle that. So I'm like, I see both sides though. I see like the protecting your kid, but then there's also like the kid is like meets the person like, oh, it's mommy's friend. You know? Especially if it's in a group setting, they're not thinking. Unless you're being affectionate with that person. Then they're like, wait, who's mommy's friend?
I agree with you 100%. Like, I feel like that would be the only way that I would introduce a man to my son. Like, my son's never, he's only known his father. And like, he's never seen anyone that I've dated or anything like that, because I'm very overprotective of him like that, in that sense. But like, I completely agree with you in that aspect. Like, I would be open to that. You know. And
I want to see how you interact with my kid. What if you find that this person has zero like kid skills?
I mean, that is a skill,
you know, or like it's just awkward, or clearly you don't care.
I always think about it, and it's like, I never want a man to feel like he has to be a father to my child, ever. Like, I play father and mother to my child. Like, if you want to have a great relationship with him, then more power to you, but I don't expect you to be, or like to feel like you have to do certain things for my child, because I just, no.
You know, it's really cool that I get to work with my mom's brand, like that I get to work with my mom, really. And I've seen it grow so much. God, like from
a beauty blender.
Well, I just think about sometimes, like I think about me being a teenager, and like my mom, I remember her creating this little tool, and I'd be like, what is that? I don't understand. Even when I didn't even use beauty blender when I started using makeup, I was still using my fingers, because I didn't understand it. It was still like a makeup artist tool. And then I used it and I was like, what have I been doing? Mommy really does always her best. But it's just crazy, because like we were assembling these products in our garage. Like, my mom would make deals with me and be like, if you want to go out tonight, you need to assemble like 40 beauty blender packages for like Nigel's or like Friends, you know.
Oh, wow. Like, Nigel's, and like, they're old school.
That's where we started out, like really in LA. Nigel's, Friends, like those beauty supply stores. I want Irie to see that. I want her to see me working. Because if I'm not working, I'm not happy. And then if I'm not happy, I'm not a good mom.
You're a teacher 24/7. You know? I
feel like I have
You're a butterfly.
I feel like I have a little animal, but they're so pretty.
Oh
my gosh.
They're so pretty.
Who makes these again?
Batty Bee Lashes.
Batty Bee.
By Jenny 69.
Oh, that's right.
All right, everyone, so this is the final look. Look at how beautiful and gorgeous she looks.
Thank you. This is Lex level beat. Like, I need to go on a date beat. Like,
we're gonna Happy Bay.
We're gonna go eat.
And then you're gonna take it out. And then she has to go pick up her baby, and you know.
Yeah, mom life. Maybe I'll keep it on, because I'm picking her up from my baby daddy, and he needs to remember that what he lost.
Okay.
So petty.
Let me tell you, I'm not gonna say I haven't done that.
Like, oh yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I'm just going home. I'm gonna make some dinner naked without you.
Me.
For myself.
For myself and my baby. Okay. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it's pretty long, but we have a lot to talk about. I feel like you and I always had that instant connection. Like, we just talk about everything.
We did. I think I like shared like the deepest parts of my life with you, like day one hangout.
Literally. But it's fine, because that I feel like that's where we became really close.
You know, when you feel that comfortability with someone, you know, like, okay, that's a real friend.
I agree. And you guys need to go and check out Good Moms, Bad Choices, because I'm actually going to be on the podcast sharing a lot of things. I feel like I'm going to be on the hot chair.
You are going to be in the hot seat.
I mean, the hot seat.
The chair will also make sure it's hot for you.
Okay, please.
Yeah, no, I want to explore all things Griselda: dating, men's life, parenthood, family dynamic. You know, I know you've had your mom on your channel. I want to talk more about your relationship with her.
Yeah.
Dad, did you have daddy issues like all of us? I'm kidding.
Well, you
like
know.
every girl. No, like just everything. And also I want to talk about like your career, also like how it started, and like for, you know, for your listeners that are your viewers, what are they called?
My subscribers.
Your subscribers.
I mean, I feel like every YouTuber has like a name for them, but like I don't.
You know, they're not like your like little Griseldas,
No.
like little monsters, little.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable like calling them, like having a name for them.
Yeah, it seems
know?
weird.
To me, like, kudos to everyone that does it, but like for me, it's just like I can't call you guys like something.
Yeah, don't force it.
I'm just like, you guys are basically like my family, because you guys come every single time I like upload. You guys are you see me as a person and as a mom and like everything else. So you guys are part of my family. So
Yeah. But I think like also people that just subscribe like find you because you have such a large following. They like don't know the beginning, and they want to know like how you started this.
And I will be talking about that on the podcast. I'm like so scared.
Don't be scared. I'm gonna ask you everything.
I'm scared. I'm like sweating.
You can plead the fifth.
I can? Okay, okay.
We also have a segment on our show called Horror Stories, which is basically a very highly horrific, highly whorish, or just very fucking funny sexual encounter. So you can share something too if you'd like. I mean, just saying, no pressure. But I'm pretty sure now everybody wants to know.
I do know.
Or it could be of someone you know's story.
You know what? That's probably...
I have a friend.
A friend of a friend that went through this.
I heard about this in the news one time.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but this is what really happened. But yeah, so make sure you check that out today, because it shall be very interesting. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video.